Chattanooga, Tennessee, we live in a temperate rainforest in Chattanooga. That's what you can expect is rain. Now, unlike Seattle, if you're from the West Coast and you've experienced Oregon or Washington State rain, we get rain in a period of 1, 2, 3 days and then sunshines, period. And we don't see the rain every day like you do in some of these other areas of the country. But we do get a lot of rain, and especially in the fall, winter, and spring months, okay? As we get into the late summer, we really dry out. Those yards can get kind of crispy and crunchy in the grass, and it's more dry here. And some of those wet weather streams, we call them, dry up. So I've had a lot of people ask me just recently, I've had past clients talk to me about, hey, I want to find a county property and maybe dig a well. I want to have my own water source. Okay, but if you're on a plateau, your elevation is such, you may have to dig quite a ways to get to the water table. Okay, so it's something you want to consider. So Tennessee Valley Authority in the 1930s really helped our situation where you have the Tennessee River running through Hamilton County and Chattanooga area. And they've put dams all along the waterway to tame it, make it more navigable for boats and for folks that are wanting to haul things and also just enjoy fishing and water sport, sailing. We've got all of those things here in spades. Property is more valuable, as you might imagine, if you have a dock and you have water access. Something that you want to look for in those descriptors on the fields are, is it year-round water, is it the main channel water, or is it summer water? TVA will lower the water table, the water levels of the lakes in the area in the winter time. So if you're living in a slough and your dock is going into the water, you may not have water in the winter because they lower that water table. So your boat may be sitting in the mud there for a few months. Something else to consider is rain, and the lot or the home that you look at, you want to make sure that drainage is really good. We have a lot of basements that were built with block back in anywhere from the 40s to the 80s, 90s. And a lot of those block basements, after the first coat of waterproofing is deteriorated or the drains stop up with debris, leaves, then they start to fail, and water pressure, hydrostatic pressure, can actually push in a wall or come in that cold joint and flood a good basement area, okay? So new construction, you see a lot of poured concrete walls, keeps that water at bay, and you want to look at how the water flows on the land or lot that you have when you buy land here in Chattanooga or the Hamilton County area. So the other thing to consider is your utilities. We have Tennessee American Water that brings water to most of Chattanooga city limits proper. We have different utilities, Signal Mountain, we have Hickson Utility, we have a lot of different area utilities if you're outside the city of Chattanooga that bring water to you. Or like we talked about the first video, you could bring your own water with a well. Our water table is fairly shallow or high, if you will. We don't have to dig too far to get to water unless you're on a plateau or you've got elevation. And when you start moving up, 550, 60 feet is generally around the elevation of the river. If you get up to 1,100, 2,000 feet, you may have to really dig to get a year-round water source if you're depending on well water for your home. So you may look for cisterns or other potentials if you've got a more remote property that you're looking into. But again, we're a temperate rainforest. We have lots of water here. We have a lot of rain, especially in that fall to spring months. Remember that. If you're moving to a temperate rainforest, we have a lot of birds and bugs and humidity here, and it's wonderful. So come on in. The water is fine. We love Chattanooga, and you will too. Call us at 423-665-7777. We look forward to working with you. See you next video.